action.
Hi, Myra.
Hey, Andrea.
Welcome to our first episode, guys.
Yes, our podcast finally.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been a work in the progress for like a little bit over a year. We kept talking about it and
Yes.
talking about it and talking about it.
Just not doing it.
Someone didn't want to see me in person.
Oh my God. I know.
It took us forever. I can't believe like we're sitting here right now.
Since 2 years ago.
I was like, I'm coming over, Myra. When are you free?
No, it wasn't on me. It was not on me. No, ma'am.
You're a busy girl. You got a busy life.
I do.
Yeah, she's so popular. I had to book her. I'm
Very.
like, can you fit me into your calendar? You got like 15 minutes right there.
I do. My kids keep me busy. That's the only people I know.
Right. We started off on Snapchat.
We would send each other videos. And the way that started was because, how did that start?
How did it start?
I think it was because of our anxiety.
But I think just like one day, I think you started sending me like what you were doing, like you were cooking or something.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
it just came naturally.
And then we just kept it going.
It was like that comfort.
Yeah.
She
Like
gave me
just
comfort.
sharing like what we're doing since we're like at home all day, going a little crazy.
Everything. Sharing like how we woke up.
Like, how you feeling today? Oh, I'm freaking anxious. You know, like stuff like that.
From taking a shit.
Excuse me?
Like,
Just kidding.
like there was no boundaries whatsoever.
And literally so random, like topic to topic.
We'd cry in one
Yeah.
video and then like the next video it'd just be laughing.
Yeah.
That's how we
much.
got started. So we're like, we should get a podcast. Somebody will listen to
Here
us.
we are.
Yes.
We talk a lot too. We bounce from ideas a lot. So we'll try to stay on topic.
Yeah, I think
The
we
most
have
we
we
can.
have ADD, ADHD.
Undiagnosed.
Yes,
But
very.
we're
undiagnosed.
very sure we have it. And it doesn't help we're drinking coffee
No,
too.
which we said we were gonna lay off caffeine.
Who said that?
did
Just
say
kidding.
You're doing it again.
I don't know how I got it from against that.
You got it from Les. Does that?
Does she?
Yes,
Oh, that's who I probably got it from.
Les.
No sé.
If y'all don't follow Les Do Makeup, right?
I
That's
love her.
You don't need to follow her.
She reminds
She's
me of
awesome.
you.
Oh, I wish I looked like
Yeah.
you did it again.
I'm fired. Just kidding. Oh my God. Anyways, how's your day going, girl?
Good.
Good, that's it? That's it? La que no ha comido.
Oh yeah, I haven't ate, guys. I haven't, but I'm not hungry and I should. So don't tell my mom, please.
I would have been so grouchy. I
don't
get
get
hangry.
grouchy.
No?
No.
Oh, I get hangry.
I don't
Like,
get-
really bad.
Well, I would be hangry if my kids were here.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I'd be
just get
annoyed.
hangry pointless. Jason's like, are you hungry? I'm like, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm full.
Off what? Oh my gosh. So,
But going back, you see how we just get
Yeah.
off topic?
it's going to happen a lot, guys. So just bear with us. Please.
Yes. And please let us know what we're doing wrong.
Don't take anything personal.
No, let us know what we're doing to
I mean,
annoy.
if the shoe fits. I'm just kidding.
You see, there you go again. You can put on the comments
Yeah.
below. Andrea, stop doing that.
I'm sorry for my laugh.
Oh, yes. If
I
I
just-
laugh, oh my gosh, please ignore it.
I
And
keep
don't be
laughing.
rude.
I keep laughing straight into the mic. I'm like, hello.
No, but I just don't like my laugh.
Me neither. It changes.
No,
depending
my
on
brother,
what I'm
he would go, you laugh like this, okay? Oh.
That's how.
And that's how I laugh.
No, but you were saying Addie. You were
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why she laughs like that.
And it
I'm
was
like,
me.
and then you did it. I was like,
Yeah, because I replayed a video I was sending to you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do laugh like
Yeah.
that.
mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to laugh.
Pause. And stop. Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. Anyways, so the point of our podcast.
Is that one? We finally did it.
Yes.
Nah, girl.
It's the dog.
It's the dog. It's. Óyeme.
It's the caffeine. It's the caffeine. You told me I was too nervous, and then now I'm like being out there, and you're.
No, you're fine, but
I'm gonna edit all my ads out and put them all in one video. Anyways, so Chisme
Topics.
Con Las Primas.
Yeah.
Temporarily, we may change the name.
Yes.
Who's saying we may change the name? Oh, it's okay. Because it's not necessarily just Chisme. It will be sometimes we'll give y'all the tea about just stuff that's going on in our lives. We may
Yes.
just talk about it and tell y'all how we feel.
Our experiences, our opinions.
Like generational traumas and breaking those, because in our community it's not talked about enough.
Mental health.
All the good stuff. And then funny stuff. Like,
We're not very funny people.
what? Speak for yourself. I'm pretty funny.
No.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel. No, stuff like, why are Mexicans so hairy? No shade,
No,
because
not everybody.
it's personal experiences,
Yes.
guys. So don't come for me.
Yes.
Don't come for me.
We're basing it off of our own experiences.
But stuff like that, just random life stuff.
Experiences.
You already said that
I
like
did say
5
that.
times.
Oh my gosh. It takes me a while to look for the word.
Eh.
It'll get more natural throughout.
It's our first one, so y'all gotta bear with us.
Don't give us a hard time either.
Constructive criticism.
Please
You already know.
be kind. Peace and love on this channel. Peace and love.
Not you getting blocked. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Don't cancel us either. We're just
For what?
I don't know. Society nowadays.
Controversial stuff.
Yeah.
We also want to talk about that though. Like, I feel like we just need to be open about the topics
Everything.
and how we feel, and we have very different perspectives too on some things.
We do.
Which is the good thing, because like I hear her side of it and then I hear my side of it.
It'd be boring if we agreed on everything.
Yeah.
Or if we thought the same.
Yeah. Sometimes I do need you to hype me up on some stuff though, so I'll ask you, because I'm like, she's gonna agree with me, so
Yes. Yes.
that stuff. But
We'll talk about our crunchiness phase.
we're gonna get canceled for that one.
Oh, we would. Crunchy mom phase.
Yeah, it's okay.
We had a crunchy mom phase.
That's a topic for a whole different.
Yes.
We can bring Heat on.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm sure he has a lot of stuff to say.
He's gonna be like, "Excuse me, what is that supposed to mean?"
You know who I would love to have on here too? Poncho.
Oh, he would be funny. He would be, yeah, he's very knowledgeable, very educated in life, I would say.
I would also like to get the perspective of a young Hispanic.
I'm right here.
No,
Excuse me?
not somebody close to their 30s, but early
I feel so. You're not supposed to tell my age.
early
I'm
20s.
21.
Get their perspective.
Yeah. Because it's different times. I feel like we all grew up differently, though.
We were all raised differently
Yeah.
too.
Like, so our moms are related, and they grew up a lot different than we did. But I feel like even you grew up different than I did.
And my brothers,
Mm-hmm.
my younger brothers were raised different than me and my other brothers, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
For sure.
So that's why I'm saying it'd be interesting to get their perspective on a lot of things.
I agree. They'd be good ones. We would like later on bring on different people that we think would
Yeah.
benefit our topics of choice.
Or or not only benefit, but also maybe help us know more about or why they think the way they think. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
get their perspective.
Yeah. I can see that.
That'd be cool because I'm always trying to like get along with my brothers. One of the word he says is vibe.
This is not my vibe.
That's not my vibe. Apparently, I'm not cool enough to say it. Like you know,
It's because you're like that older generation.
exactly. That's
What are you,
why-
like a boomer?
No, what am I?
I think we're like the same though. Even though
What is it? What is it? Millennials?
I think we're millennials.
Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a Gen Z.
I don't even know what that
No shade to you Gen Zs.
No.
That's like everybody else after me.
Oh, like my brothers.
Yeah.
My brothers.
I'm pretty sure they're Gen Z.
Oh gosh. No hate towards Gen Zs, like she
It's just
said.
we all grew up very different. I feel like our parents started off really, really strict and then
Kind of,
kind of gave up towards the end. And I'm the youngest of
yes.
five, so I feel like that I was in the kind of in the middle of it, but a lot more with like my nieces and stuff, nephews.
It's a lot. It's a lot different now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Let's talk about it. Oh my God, I'm gonna annoy myself. I'm gonna annoy myself listening back to this and be like, Andrea, why are you doing that?
For real.
And I'm Andrea, not Andrea, guys, okay? Or Andrea,
Andrea.
either one. Stop it.
Oh my gosh, we could talk about that too. Myra, Mira,
They call you
Starbucks. They
Mira?
call me Mira. Look right here, Mira.
Where, but why Mira?
Myra.
What? And you said Myra?
I said Myra. Usually Starbucks puts Kira too. Kira. So
Maybe it's a speaker.
no, it is not the speaker.
What does mine
So
say?
I think I need a
Mira.
Starbucks name. Sophia.
Somebody,
Sophie. I'm telling you, I need a new table.
but will that go away?
Yeah, it goes
Oh,
away.
okay. You scared me. Okay, so I have this friend and she was taking shrooms for her first time. And she messaged me. So she was taking it and I was like just telling her like you have to be in a good mental space like when you do it. You have to be like positive thinking, like open to it cuz I don't know if you've done it or you're too
No,
open to talking to that or whatever. Neither have I, but you have to be open to
it's just books she read.
you have to be open to the experience. I am not condoning
Drugs
drug
whatsoever.
usage. So anyways, so I was just telling her like all this stuff. She did it the first time and she said it didn't hit. So she did, but it was like late, I guess. She did it again and she said she felt amazing. But she said her significant other was like kind of scared to do it, like anxious to try it. And I said like, no, he needs to be like in a good space. Like you just
Hold
have to
on,
be,
pause.
yeah,
Shrooms. How do
yeah.
you do that?
You can take it in like a variety of ways. Like you can either like actual take like the shroom
Oh,
or
okay.
some people
Or
like
smoke
put it
it.
no, not
No?
smoke it. Some people like bake it into like goods. I don't know if you can
Oh,
smoke it actually. I don't think so.
no?
Like usually it's like baked goods,
Oh,
like how
okay,
they
okay, okay.
take it. But stuff like that. Some people put it in like a drink. So she did it in a tea. That's how it worked for her.
Oh, I
Because it
didn't
didn't
even
hit,
know that.
yeah, it didn't hit her the first time, so she did it in a tea. And it like opens your mind to like a lot of things and to kind of like thinking like about everything, really. Like it opens everything up. So anyways, she messages me this one night because she's freaking out. She's having a bad trip because she actually started to think about, so like there was that shooting
Oh my
in
gosh, yes.
at the Allen outlets. Um and they were discussing it, whatever, and it led to her thinking about other stuff. And then it started bringing up a lot of generational trauma, like traumas with her family that she just doesn't talk about, and stuff like that. And so I told her, like, you need therapy, like, you need to get help, you need to let it out, you need to talk to your parents about it, and like what they put you through. And she said, um, but I don't want to like attack my parents in talking to them or like them feel like I'm attacking them. And I'm like, no, like you just bring it up. Like,
And I think a lot of people our age or older, younger, whatever, they kind of feel the same.
yeah, I was,
They don't want
yeah,
to talk to their parents because they don't want to blame them
yeah, I feel you.
or they don't want their parents to feel bad. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because I didn't start, so like my parents are amazing. Our parents are
Yes.
amazing. I'm the youngest of five, so I was raised very differently from my siblings, but my parents come from, you know what I mean. Very strict parents as well, who, you know, in the Hispanic culture, it's spank 'em. Um, why are you crying? I'm gonna give you something to cry about, like stuff like that.
Don't show emotions.
Yes. So now I didn't start talking about it until maybe like 2 or 3 years ago to my mom, and I got really, really close to her because she started
Same.
opening up about her past and my dad's past. And it's like I understood them a lot better about why they raised me the way they did. And I don't blame them for it because
No.
it like I was like, okay, like that's why you
See,
raised me
I
that
think at
way.
first I did blame them when I first
Yeah.
started this
Yeah.
because I didn't know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but then going more into it, it's like, but they don't know.
Yeah,
They didn't know what we found out.
for sure. Yeah.
So I think that's what kind of helped me understand, okay, no, it's not their fault. It's just that we kind of decided to not follow in that same path and continue to raise our kids like that, but to see
Mm-hmm.
an alternative. What else would help us?
Yeah, but I like when I talk to my mom about it, it's more of like, oh, I'm this way because of this that happened. Or like I wasn't I'm like trying not to like say like I don't want to disrespect my mom or her feel like I'm disrespecting her, but like when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to like share my feelings really. It was like, why are you crying? Go to your room. Like, you know what I mean? So I had a hard time expressing myself when I was growing up and I didn't talk about my feelings and I did other stuff like partied and you know,
Yeah.
and that was the reason because I wanted attention from my parents that I wasn't getting. And she didn't know that until like I talked to her about it. I was like, that's
Yeah.
why I acted out. I just wanted your attention or this stuff. And even like now with my child, I'm like, I'm not gonna spank her. I'm not gonna hit her. But I don't tell my mom like, oh, you hit me. I'm not gonna hit her. Blah blah. No, it's
Yeah. You don't
I
throw it in her face as to
no
why you're not raising your kid.
no. I don't even bring it up. I bring it up more like, okay, I'm not spanking her because research shows that if you like spank your kids, this and this and this. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah. And she like doesn't say anything else because she knows
Yeah.
and she's more open to telling me like how she was raised and how she was treated by, her parents or my dad's parents and stuff like that.
Which kind of goes back to it's not their fault either. It's
Mhm.
just
Generational traumas
yes.
because my grandparents were raised that way too and their grandparents were raised that too and it just you either break the cycle or you keep doing the same thing and creating the same issues.
Which is what we're choosing to do is break that cycle.
Yeah, for
Right. But
sure.
also help our parents understand too. That way they're able, because I think all of our parents at one point need to go to therapy.
I agree. I agree.
Go
I
to therapy.
I feel like, excuse me, in our community it's not talked about enough. Like it's more of you're not depressed. Get up and clean.
Yes.
You're not depressed. Get up and do something. You're not anxious. What is that? That's not real.
You're not sad.
Yeah, like
You're
stuff
not
like that.
mad.
And they don't want to think about why they are the way that they are. Like they don't want to accept that.
No, but it's also because of, like you said, how their parents,
Yeah,
maybe, their parents kind of shut that off too, turned off any, built that boundary of, no, we can't
for
discuss this,
sure.
we can't discuss that.
Yeah.
So it kind of followed our parents.
But like even growing up, like to my cousins, like I was so close growing up to my cousins, and even to them, I wouldn't talk about anxiety and how I'm feeling and stuff. Not even to my best friends.
No, girl, but I think it's because there was too much envy.
Sí, también.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like even to like my best friends who aren't family, like I didn't tell them my business. Like if I was anxious or depressed or sad, I didn't start telling them until like I would say maybe like a couple years ago. Like now I talk to
Do you think it was probably because you didn't, well, you were never taught that it was okay to talk
yeah,
to your feelings?
for
Oh.
sure, for sure. And I didn't take accountability for my past actions. Like, okay, I acted that way because of this. Like, I didn't connect the two. It was more of like, I just thought I was a wild child rather than, no, you were that way because of
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for sure, I think more of our family members need to go to therapy, especially our tias.
And it's not a bad thing
No,
either. It's just to help them,
but
help them.
that's what it's made out to be.
Yeah.
You only go to therapy if you're crazy.
Because exactly. And I think that's why we kind of kept it on the hush too. It's because when my anxiety issues started coming up, I thought I was crazy
Yeah.
because of how it's introduced to us.
Yeah.
So I thought I was like legit psycho crazy.
Yeah.
When I had my first anxiety panic attack, I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Oh my gosh, something's wrong with me."
See, but I didn't know what anxiety was until I think I got out of school and I started in the ER and it like really triggered me.
Oh,
And
that
that's
triggered
when I
you.
started having anxiety. I never had it before. I didn't know what it was. And so when I started feeling it, I was like, what is this feeling? And then like I realized like, oh my God, this is anxiety. I'm like, how do people live like this every
But
freaking
then do you
day?
question yourself why we're not able to? Because what I get told a lot is back in the day. Well, back in the day, people had anxiety, people had depression,
And they work through it.
and they worked through it.
Yeah,
So
that's why
they
they're
then
so messed
people
up.
will say, so why can't you work through it without having to be on any, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
but that's also why a lot of people are like emotionally unavailable and why people don't talk about their feelings. And that's where like you get into
very
those
true.
other topics of machistas and stuff like that is because of that. It's like you don't talk about your feelings, you don't talk about
It's frowned upon.
your mental health, you don't talk
Yeah.
about any of that. You suck it up and you go to work and you provide for your family and you come back and that's that.
Because my mom, the stories that she's told me, she's had, my guest, anxiety type of depression, and she fought through it.
Yeah,
And I
same.
think that's what got me too, because I was putting myself in her shoes and I was
Mhm.
like, okay, well, why can't I get through it? Am I
Yeah.
not as strong as my mom? Am I not as, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that kind of got to me too, was
Mhm.
comparing the older generation to
To
now. Why
now.
can't I do that if
Yeah.
they were able to?
Like it's crazy because we like see our parents and they're like always hard workers, like nothing stops them and they have to go to work regardless. Like nothing stops them. They
Yes.
have to work, they have to provide, and then that's that. And it's like you went through so much. How? How? Like if I get super anxious, I can't do anything. I can't
No, but I
think, I can't
think,
function.
but then that goes back to it's okay. It's okay to have a mental
Yeah.
day. It's okay to be like, fuck, I can't.
Yeah.
You know? And I
Mhm.
think that's what we weren't taught is no,
Yeah.
you got to keep going, which is great to have like that drive, but it's also okay to just be like, you know what, today I just can't.
Yeah. Well, I didn't start talking about it until I talked to you about it.
Yeah.
I literally didn't talk to anybody, not my siblings, no one. And I was like, what is, except for JC, of course.
Yeah.
But then I started talking to you about it and I was like, wow, like I'm not the only one. Like I'm not
No,
crazy.
mine were, yeah, no. I think I realized that in high school, but I didn't really know what it was until a couple, like when
Yeah.
COVID, pre-COVID, when COVID started.
Yeah.
But in high school, I know it started because um, disclaimer, TMI, too much info. I would, what is
No,
that?
you didn't.
Yes, I would cut
No.
myself. Yeah.
Shut up.
Hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And that's where whenever, which what I said, Bianca was like my freaking
Mm-hmm.
mentor during COVID. She kind of made me go back to everything, how it all, when it
Mm-hmm.
really all started. And
Yeah.
it started years back, but that was something I would do.
Like what triggered all of that. Yeah, and I didn't understand like some of my siblings have anxiety, depression, whatnot. And I was always like, why? Like we grew up so good. Like we had both our parents. We had a roof over our head. Like we never
And we
went
get told
hungry.
that by our parents
Yeah.
too.
Well, my mom's never told us that because she's always been very accepting of like my siblings and stuff. But it was more of me trying to understand it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you that way? Like,
And
our life is
yeah.
not bad. Why are you
And
doing
I'm not
that?
gonna lie, I would say stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
And
You
now I'm
know,
like, oh, I get you. Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm like that with my brother too. Sometimes I'll be like, why? If you didn't have such a bad life.
yeah.
But then again, I don't know how he lived his life.
Yeah.
I don't know what went on in his head, just like,
In his head, for
vice
sure.
versa. So
Yeah,
we can't just automatically assume
for sure.
just because of what we saw on the outside was really what was happening in the inside.
And like I said, we all grew up differently. Like my oldest sister, she was the perfect one. I always give her shit for it. But she was like the firstborn. So
Is that
she
why you
got,
look like her?
you're rude. I'm just kidding. I love you. No, but like she was like the one who set the bar so high. She was loved and so popular and beautiful and
Oh
everything.
yeah, I remember.
And she was in sports and she was super smart. She got scholarships. She went to college, like all this stuff. My mom paid for everything for my parents paid for everything for her.
Her quinceañera dress was
Yeah,
beautiful.
her wedding, like everything. Like she was just the perfect child. And then, you have the rest of us and it kind of like we're all so different. And then you have my brother who's, a little crazy. No, but he's good too. Now. And then it's George, which oops, I wasn't supposed to say names. Mm.
It's okay. You'll
Let's
just
let's
edit
go
it out.
back. So we just all grew up so different, even though we had the same parents.
Yes.
Like my dad wasn't very present for the first three of my oldest sister and then my two brothers. So I didn't see that part. Like, I didn't know that he wasn't very affectionate towards them, whatever. But my dad's like the sweetest man you will ever meet.
Well,
Like,
because he had to learn that.
yeah, but he was always working. Like, his thing was
Yeah.
to provide. And for me, I grew up with, I feel like I grew up with both of them. Like, I had all the love from my dad and my mom. So I didn't necessarily have that missing gap.
What your siblings had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I understand it more of why we're all so different.
But now it's the older you get, the more amazing it gets too, though. Because like you said, your dad. I think your dad now
When
is
you
more
accept it
affectionate.
and open it and talk
Yes.
about it, yes.
Yes, because my dad wasn't affectionate whatsoever.
Yeah.
My dad would scare me.
Mm.
My dad has like the same face as me, like that.
Like the RBF face.
Yes.
Yeah. Same.
So I would be scared of my dad to even approach him with anything. But now as an adult, it's like, no, my dad's also learning to open up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's awesome.
See, I feel like that's the issue because a lot of our family members don't take accountability por lo que tienen en la casa. Like, you should know how your kids are, but
Agreed.
they don't. For them, it's they put them on very high pedestals, and my children are angels, and they don't do that, and nothing's wrong with them, and they're perfect. Instead of healing with them and talking about it and
learning from, admitting I'm wrong.
yeah, like,
I'm wrong.
I'm sorry for that, or just being more present. Like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You know,
Yes.
like, I know people that went through postpartum depression and their moms never acknowledged it and they were really suffering, and it's like it's not talked about enough. Like, we need to put that mentality aside of our kids are perfect and we don't make mistakes and whatever, and actually talk about what's really going on. Like, I'm so open with my mom now. Like,
oh my gosh, me too.
so open. Like, I'll
Me
be like,
too.
Mom, I'm feeling so anxious today. And
Too
she's like,
open.
why? What happened? Yeah, sometimes too.
open.
And she's like, why? What happened? And she'll like talk me through it. And
Which is good because you're also teaching your mom too.
Mhm.
Like your mom is learning something about you.
yeah,
So that's awesome. You know what? How the hell did we get from shrooms to postpartum depression?
this is our brain.
Yes.
No, but that's kind of like what we just want to talk about is like different topics within like generational traumas and just everything that happens in our community and stuff that's just on the hush hush and not talked about and
no shame either. No shame, no judgment.
at all.
No.
That's why I like try to be very open with like my nieces and nephews and like our younger cousins. And I'm like, if you ever need anything, like, I'm here, no judgment. Like, I got you. Like, come to my
Yes.
house. Like, we'll talk about it. Because I didn't have that.
No, I didn't. I didn't either.
Yeah.
I always wanted like a sister when I was younger.
I had two, but I didn't like them. Sorry. I was doing so good.
You were.
No, I was very close to one of my sisters, but the other one, she's just older. We won't disclose that.
Which that will be one of our topics too, is that age gap between siblings
Oh,
and
for
how
sure.
it's awkward when it shouldn't be, but it's awkward.
I feel like now it's not for me though. Like, now it's not because we're all so close. It's crazy. Like, no shade to my other siblings. Two of them live in Colorado, so I don't really get to see them. We do text every day or try to at least. But the two that live here with me, like, I'm so close to them. It's crazy. Like, my brother will call me every day. He'll literally call me like maybe once or twice a day. And I love it. And like sometimes like before I'd be like, why is he calling me again? But now I'm like, hell yeah, like, why haven't you called me? And then my other sister too, like, I know to call her like during her like lunchtime.
Yeah, like you already know.
Yeah.
kind of
And
her
so
schedule.
I'll call her. And when I don't, she's like, what? Did you forget you have a sister? So I've gotten very close to them, even though we have a
Oh, that's
huge age
beautiful.
gap.
I play phone tag with my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You'll work on it though.
We're
Y'all need to
learning.
be more open.
I think it's because we're the same.
Yeah,
we're
but
the same. We have the same
I feel like our family's
personality.
a lot more open than most. Like, I'm very open with, I'm just gonna say his name. He's fine. George. My brother George, I'm so open with him. Like, literally, as open as I am with you about like
Yeah.
my anxiety and stuff, I'm so open with him. Like, about everything.
See, I want to be open, but
Mhm.
I also need to respect that my brother may not be
Open.
ready to
Yeah.
be as open.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's one thing that I'm kind of working with is not everybody is on the same wavelength as I am.
Yeah.
So I need to respect his space, and he's working on himself. He's doing great. I need to respect that. When he's ready, more
Yeah.
than welcome. But that's one thing I have a hard time doing is respecting the fact that he's not as open
Yeah,
as I am.
for sure. But I told that to my friend too, because she was telling me like I have all this trauma from when I grew up, but we don't talk about it. Like she was saying, her siblings don't talk about it. Her mom doesn't talk about it. I think one of her sister tries to, but they kind of just like, no,
Shut
we
it
don't
off.
talk about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, you need to talk about it. Just bring it up. Just bring it up one day. Y'all are all together. Like, what do you have to lose? Them being like, no, just keep bringing it up. Like, you need to talk about what y'all have gone through, why y'all went through it, what it caused, and like not bashing anyone or telling them like, you messed me up because you treated me this way. No, but just I think you need to share that experience with your siblings.
Put yourself in an uncomfortable situation
Yeah,
in order to grow.
for sure.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
This is very out of our, well, at least mine, very out of my
Oh,
comfort
mine
zone.
too.
So it's girl, I've been having anxiety ever since we decided to just go for it
Stop.
a couple of days ago. So I'm like, this is out of my comfort zone, but I've gotten to that point where it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
you have to like feel okay. I'm feeling
I'm
anxious.
gonna
I'm
move
feeling this,
this.
but let me take it all in because
Mm-hmm.
that what is it? The ending will be so beautiful.
Oh, for
The
sure.
growth.
So I don't know. People are like angel numbers, whatever. I kept seeing 1111 since we kept talking about it more and more. I kept seeing 1111 everywhere, and I was like, what does this mean? So I looked it up, and it was like the journey you're on or the path. I could be wrong. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like something about like the path you're on is like the path that you're supposed to be on. Like whatever journey you're about to embark on, like go with it. Like this is
Yeah.
where you're meant, what you're meant to do right now. So I was like, let's do it. We even kicked our husbands out of here and the
Yes,
kids, and
the
we were like,
kids.
because we need to be in our
In our
in our
zone, in
zone.
our zone. And we'll slowly get there. Like
Yeah, for sure,
right
for
now you
sure.
see us like, oh hi,
We're like
hi.
changing and
Yeah,
fidgeting and touching and whatnot.
this is new to us, but
For sure.
as we keep going, it'll be more natural to how we are when there's no, well, I mean there's no eyes on us, but there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't Snapchat around anybody. Like
No.
we wait until we're in private and listen to it and then respond because sometimes we talk about very private things on there
Yes,
that we
we get
may not want
vulnerable.
anyone to know. And I feel like this is kind of what that is, but at the same time we're sharing it.
It's our safe space
We're sharing
right
it with the
here.
world. Like I couldn't imagine talking about this and being so open about myself and our
Oh my
experiences.
gosh, me either. Me either.
But I'm ready for it. Like I am ready for it and I feel like we're in such a good place in our life that no one can come for
No.
us because
No.
we're such good people. We are. I'm not even
We
bragging
are.
or saying it, but we are good people. We have
We
good
are.
hearts, like
We make mistakes.
for sure.
What
Always.
good person doesn't?
Hmm.
We're
But we own up to it.
yes, and it took us a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to admit that I'm wrong, and it's hard to apologize, but I get there. I get there.
Yeah.
I that's why I tell you, call me out on my shit. It'll be very uncomfortable when you call me out, but
I do. She'll be like, "Am I tripping about this?" I'm like, "Myra,
yes, you
you're tripping."
are. Just stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it's good.
for sure. For
We're
sure.
growing. We're growing.
Slowly but surely.
So whoever sees our podcast that used to know us back then, that's not who we are.
Oh, no.
This is who
Yeah.
we are. This right here.
Honestly,
I'm Myra, married, a mother of 3.
I feel like if you knew me prior to prior to me being pregnant, you didn't know me.
No.
You didn't know me because I'm
No.
such a different person now that I've created my own
And just like we
little
don't know them.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I have a lot of people I went to high school with on social media and they're doing amazing.
I deleted a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, I did a social media cleanse. I still have people that I don't like regularly see or talk to, but it's like I've only kept people that will like have been supportive in a way. Like they'll just comment on my pictures, like congrats or like good job. Like they're supportive.
No hate. Yeah.
They're not just like looking like what is she doing? Like
I
I
don't know.
deleted
I
a
like
lot
to
of
see
people.
their growth. I think it's beautiful.
For some people,
seeing-
yeah. If they've been just as supportive.
Agree.
If they've never like been supportive in any of my accomplishments, I'm like, why do I have you looking at my stuff? My personal
That is
stuff.
very true. I need to do it.
Yeah, do it,
I
girl.
need to do a
You don't
cleanse.
need them.
No, I need to do a cleanse. Although I do keep some that I don't see, that I don't talk to and have a relationship with. But if I see them out, I'll,
Really? That's funny because like
hi, hey.
I
don't know.
read this thing that it was like, if you were to see someone in person and you don't want to say hi to them, why do you have them on social media?
I mean, sometimes I don't want to say hi and I'll do like I
I
act like I
don't.
don't see
Yeah,
them.
that's me.
But that's just because of my whatever's
Anxiety.
going on at that
Yeah.
time in my head. But no, if I have them on social media and I see them, I think I would like to be like, "Hey, how you
I'm
been?"
like,
You know?
hijo de su madre, esta Juliana, no mires.
No.
No, but like JC's really opposite for me. Like he's very talkative. He's very friendly. He's very like people he hasn't seen in years. He's like, oh, they're still my friend, whatever. And they'll talk like they've like never stopped talking or whatever. And I'm like, huh,
See, I want to be
dude, like,
social.
I, yeah, I do want to, but I can't.
That's my
You
thing.
know where
I
I think
want
it
to be
comes
social,
from?
but I can't.
Were you ever at church back then and you were trying to leave church and your mom would stop and talk to everybody and their mamas and it
Yes.
took like an extra like 2, 3 hours? I'm exaggerating a little bit, just a little bit.
And all you just wanted was to go to
I'm like,
dinner.
deja de hablar, mama. Like, come on, like, let's go. Yeah, I think that's where I get it from.
No, I think mine is more of stems goes deep, deep, deep to where I just don't want to make a fool out of myself.
I just don't like talking to people, which is crazy because of what my career is.
Yeah.
And you won't recognize me in that situation because I'm like a whole different person. I'm very like my customer service voice, like,
Like, oh my
hi,
God. Hi.
I'm sorry you're here. Let me help you out.
See,
Like, I'm
I want to be
very,
social, but then I kind of shy away from it and get scared.
I do and don't.
That's one of I'm gonna grow from that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna grow from that. I'll be social. So if you see me, say hi.
Ma'am, we have hit 45 minutes on this one recording because we paused it. So that means we're over an hour.
Oh wow.
Um, but yeah, we're sorry if today was a little rough. It's our first episode.
Yes.
We're
So
working on it.
We're learning. And if y'all are mean and have mean comments, shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
No, but just bear with us. Give us some constructive criticism.
What
We
we
will
can
get better and
do.
better, I promise.
What annoys
We'll be
y'all
more
that we did.
organized.
Yes.
We'll have our topics and everything. So it'll flow nicely. We just got to get there first.
This is a rough draft.
That's going up
And we'll
because
continue to polish it up as we go.
I want to see our progress.
Yes.
Like at the end of this year,
so we're taking y'all along the journey of
starting your first podcast.
yes.
Do it, guys. Do it.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the awkward, the what the fuck.
Yeah.
That's
All of it.
yeah. So welcome.
And then some.
Come along with us in our journey.
I think we did so good.
We really did.
I'm very
right?
proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You very opened up because you
I
were
did.
like timid and
I
like,
was.
why weren't you talking? I'm talking too much.
You're right. You're right. It'll get better.
You did good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Later on, I'll even get my
Don't.
no
No.
no.
Trust me, guys.
So are we closing it off?
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us, listening to us.
Follow us on Instagram and YouTube and
Just be patient. Be patient. Work in progress under construction.
it'll be on podcast and I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
On those three for
We'll
now.
be putting more information on the Instagram.
For sure, for sure. Follow us on there. For now, it'll be Chisme Con Las Primas because that's what we are.
Any family members that would like to come on our podcast, let us know. Get y'all's opinion.
Y'all can't be sensitive though.
No.
Because
no.
y'all know me and I'm blunt. So we talking about some deep stuff.
Bad cop, good cop.
Yeah.
I'll have the tissues.
Really
ready.
though.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm nice though sometimes.
She's nice.
But thank you guys.
Yay.
And we hope to see you on our next one.
Bye.
Bye.